Hi guys, so today I'm going to be doing a book review of Feeling Sorry for Cecilia by Jaclyn Moriarty. Said that wrong. Sorry. This is also signed because I met the author recently and it says to Rebecca with warmest wishes and then the author's name, which is pretty cool. This is a young adult book, however I would probably feature it between a middle grade and young adult book. I feel like in some parts in this novel I'm slightly growing out of it, but in some parts I'm not. I am 22 though. But anyway, you probably want to know what the book is actually about. This book is about a girl named Elizabeth. Now Elizabeth has a best friend named Celia, and Celia often goes missing. And when this book starts up, Celia has gone missing again. Now Elizabeth doesn't have many other friends and Cecilia is really her only friend at the minute, and so when, you know, she goes missing, it really puts Elizabeth, like a strain on Elizabeth. It's hard not having your best friend around, as you can imagine. She also lives with her mum. Her father is kind of absent into her life until suddenly he decides to move back into town, which is interesting for Elizabeth as they don't really get along too well. Like, they're okay, but they go to these awkward dinners and lunches and they don't really discuss anything, and it's just not really Elizabeth's vibe. Her mum is also very eccentric and will every day write notes to Elizabeth. She often asks Elizabeth to do some quite strange things. If she's feeling bored, maybe she could get started on tea, you know, only if you're feeling bored though. And it's really quite interesting. Oh yeah, I should probably note that this book isn't told in the format that you would normally expect. It's told in notes and letters. Notes from Elizabeth's mum, letters to a stranger, letters back from a stranger, letters from people like the Association of Teenagers or the Best Friends Club. You know, all these kind of societies and everything often tell Elizabeth how Elizabeth is sucky at being a teenager or sucky in the romance department. I think if this book had been told in any other way, I probably wouldn't have liked it as much. For it to be told throughout these letters and everything, I found it really interesting and funny, especially the notes from Elizabeth's mum to Elizabeth. They were hilarious. Like, her mum is very eccentric, but she obviously cares very deeply about Celia, and you get that feeling while you're reading this book. Celia's just trying to make it through high school and, you know, stuff's happening for her at the minute, and without her best friend there, everything's kind of falling apart and Celia just needs someone to rely on. She also feels like she's been a shitty job at being a teenager, and, you know, she feels like she's like not moving anywhere in the romance society, and it doesn't help that she's getting these letters basically telling her that much too, which I feel like we've all felt at one point or another in our teenage lives. It's definitely a coming of age YA novel, and as I said, it's a little bit on the younger side for me, and in some points I'm growing out of it, but it's still a really funny read, or if it still does sound interesting to you, I would recommend picking it up. I thought it was kind of sweet novel, and with the funny elements in it, it makes for a pretty good, nice, really quick story. And as it is told through all these notes and letters, it reads really quickly too. And I gave this one a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I would love to know in the comments below if you have read this one and what you thought of it, or if you plan to pick it up anytime soon. And as always, like this video if you liked it, and subscribe if you'd like to see more book related videos from me, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye!